My name is Randy Howell, and you're listening to the Faith and Fishing Podcast.
Welcome to the Faith and Fishing Podcast, where every episode I'll bring you an interview with a member of the fishing community, and they'll be sharing their faith stories and fishing memories with you. I'm your host, Cam Steele. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Faith and Fishing Podcast. I'm Cam.
Hey, and I'm Robert.
And we've got a really special episode for you this time. But first, we've got a couple housekeeping things that I wanted to go over. First, apologize for not having an episode last week. My family was out traveling, and I had just gotten back, and I didn't communicate very well with Robert in terms of getting something set up, and so that was on me. So I apologize for that. And that's also, part of not having a backlog and doing these week by week. But hey, at least they're relevant whenever you get one.
There you go.
Yeah. So Robert, man, how's it going?
Man, it's going good. It's kind of the same old. And it's fall sports season. Watching my youngest son play football, and he plays travel baseball, and then my girl is playing travel baseball and doing cross country. So it's practice or games or cross country meets almost every night. So trying to get that done and keep the household running. You know how that goes.
Absolutely, man. I did want to give a shout out real quick to the Intentional Guy podcast. I got a chance to be on that one, and that episode aired a couple weeks ago. That was a really, really fun interview, just talking about my role as chaplain for Central Carolina kayak fishing and the podcast and how that came about and everything. So that was a really fun interview. Make sure you go check that out. I will do my best to leave a link in the show notes so that you can go straight to it, because he's had a couple episodes come out since then, but go and listen to all of his episodes. They are fantastic. We are, as you can tell by the intro, we're still dragging our feet and getting some new stuff recorded for you. But I did want to give a shout out, since we don't have an ad to play for them yet, give a shout out to Omnia Fishing. I don't know. I know they are not still running it, but earlier in the month they were running a sale because they were moving. And so I took advantage of that, got a replacement rod for one that I broke earlier, and got a couple of things, and I'll be doggone if they didn't send me a free piece of beef jerky.
That's right. Yeah, I got in on the free beef jerky deal too. I mean, you can't beat that. Order some fishing gear and get some free beef jerky. So you guys check out Omnia Fishing, and you can check out our fishing reports. Go on there. I think I had my stuff in 2 days from when I ordered it. So if you order it before 1:00 Central Time, I believe they ship it same day. So it's to your door pretty quick. And you can always search around and find some deals, or you can use our code, which is FNF15. Is that right?
That is right.
Yep.
Get you 15% off your first order. And another great thing, you can go and search your lake, and through their ambassador program, you can find what other anglers are using and that's working on your lake. So you can buy it straight off the fishing report. So, that's Omnia Fishing. Let's go ahead and hear from a couple other places, and then let's get our guest introduced. Atolis, based out of Charleston, South Carolina, is an eyewear accessory and gear company focused on enhancing your time on the water. Their floating sunglass retainers are the most technically advanced around. Over 5 years of engineering, testing, and exhaustive feedback from paddlers, anglers, and watermen have resulted in a patented design in a class of its own. They're incredibly light and comfortable, built for durability, sport a sleek, minimal design, float virtually all brands and models of sunglasses, and they're backed for life. So if you break them, Atolis will replace them. No questions asked. Whether you're fishing, kayaking, or boating, Atolis will save your shades from the dream. head on over to atollas.co to check out their gear and use promo code faithnfish15. That's faith, the letter N, fish, the number 1, 5 at checkout to save 15% on your order. Whether you're a Ned Rig vet or a finesse fishing noob like me, Jade's Jigs is your source for high quality finesse jigs that raise the bar by being lead free. Using a tin bismuth alloy not only makes Jade's Jigs eco-friendly, it also makes the jig lighter so you get the same profile with less weight for the fish to feel. Check out jadesjigs.com, that's JADESJIGS.com, to see their full lineup of jigs, styles, and colors. And since you're a Faith and Fishing listener, you can save 10% on your order by using promo code FNF10 at checkout. All right, so this week we have a return guest, but it's probably going to feel like a new guest to most of you because if you count the intro episode, and then, Chad Hoover was broken into 2 episodes. So this was the 4th episode of the podcast, but it was the 2nd week that it had come out. It was the guest there, Jaxton Orr, and he is going to be coming on to talk about his charity tournament, which is the K.A.T.C.H tournament. This is the 5th annual one. Robert and I have both fished it in the past. So it's an awesome tournament. Let's go ahead and get Jaxton in here. Jaxton, man, welcome to the show, or welcome back, I should say.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Going good.
Going good, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself to our listeners real quick, kind of get us caught up on who Jaxton Orr not only is, but has become since the last episode.
So right now I'm a sophomore at Carson University. I'm part of their Eagle Anglers Big, and I really enjoy it here. And got Blake and Douglas right, within 5-10 minutes from the school, and been fishing college tournaments out of a bass boat, and then also fishing the kayak series. So it's been a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And so Jaxton is dealing with, living in a dorm, and so his internet may cut in and out, and that's fine. But yeah, man. So tell us about K.A.T.C.H.
Yeah, so K.A.T.C.H is spelled K.A.T.C.H, and that means kayak anglers together can help. And this idea came up with that 5 years ago. Over the years, that acronym has really showed it. We raised over $20,000 doing kayak together. Oh.
That is awesome. So, so in the five years that we've done K.A.T.C.H, you said we've raised how much?
Over $15,000 for sure. I could look back and it honestly might be close to 20.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think you guys do a good job promoting it. And last year was the first year that I fished it, but I think this community is. They just do awesome whenever you present them with a large charity tournament, and it's awesome that you take the initiative to do that, and probably more of us should do that. So it's just kind of crazy when you think about you got this young guy out there, and then there's so many. I mean, I'm not far from 50, but you got so many guys that could be making an impact, and there are a lot of guys that make impacts in different ways. But it's just awesome to see some of these young guys not only beating the crap out of a lot of the older guys, but doing good things as well, and It just makes everybody stand up and take notice, because there's some guys, boats and kayaks both, There's some young guys that are kicking tail. So it's good to see. It's good to see that, to keep the sport going, and it's good to see you guys doing some charity stuff. And I can't even express how good that is and how good that makes everybody else feel too, just to be a part of it. So my hat's off to you.
Thank you. It's the people behind it that make this a reality. Like my name's on the turn, but it's really obviously everyone who cares. It, like you guys who signs up for it, the sponsors who provides prize packages. I mean, it's awesome what it's gone into.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely, man. So this is the fifth annual. Go ahead and before we dive into everything else, let people know when the tournament is, how to sign up for it, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so the tournament is from November 4th through the 6th, and it's nationwide, so you can fish it from the country, really. It has to be public waters, too, so you can public access. And the sign-up, it's just on TurnX. If you just look up Jaxton Orr, it will be the first one that pops up, and it's only $20 to enter, and all that money ends up going to charity.
Absolutely, and that link will be in the show notes, so that if you are listening, you can just click it there, and I will. Still not very good at the whole YouTube side of it in terms of the back end of it, but I will figure out how to make sure that you can click and go straight to it. But, I'm very basic whenever it comes to YouTube stuff. I just post a video and don't do anything else special with it. But,
I should probably help you out more on that.
You do have a lot more experience with it than I do, that's for sure. But yeah, man. So I wanted to ask Jaxton. You've fished every year that you've had the tournament. Have you been fishing for the same charity every year, or has that changed? Or what charity are you representing?
Yeah, so for me, I really the first year. It was the top 10%, and I believe it was the top 10. I believe I had assigned charity where that money would go to. And, from my second on, and so on, the top 6 decide where the money goes to, like their charity, like of their choice. I've placed in the top 6 before, but I really. I leave it up to everyone else to decide because it's really about everyone, and because they get the prizes and everything. I just want them to be able to distribute that money to, where they want it to go.
That's awesome. Robert, who are you fishing for? What charity are you?
Man, I don't even know yet. I came in 22nd last year, so I didn't really have to worry about which one I was fishing for, and I really haven't thought about it this year. But if I had to say it, it'll probably have something to do with cancer. I lost my dad to cancer, and I feel like that's something that almost affects everybody and everybody's family at some point or another. And, I just there's so many different types of it, and I feel like with all the technology and all the smarter than me medical people that we got to figure out and just keep putting money into research and try to figure that deal out. So that would probably be what it would be for me. And if I had to narrow it down, it would be skin cancer. That's something that we're out on the water. That's actually the type of cancer that my father passed away of, but his was probably more not using sunscreen, and he was more fair skinned, and he also rode with his arm out the window all the time. But those are things a lot of times you don't think about until you get older. But, you know, a lot of these guys that are route drivers, UPS or Coca-Cola, or these guys that ride around in these trucks with their arms out the window, just being around that my whole life, there's a lot of guys that will get skin cancer on their left arm. And with us doing what we do and being out on the water, you know, if you're not wearing long sleeve protective shirts and you know, a lot of people would even go as far to make sure they have gloves on, not just for the fishing, but for the sun protection. And my doctor gets on me for wearing ball caps like I have on and not a floppy cap that's covering my ears. And, you know, the more you're out and about and, you know, a lot of times you'll see guys, older guys with bandages on their ears, and that's what it's from, because they've had, you know, they've had moles taken off of their ears. So that would probably be what it would be for me.
I hear you. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Dan Flowen, who previous guest of the podcast. He's been on a couple of times. He actually wrote a book about his battle with cancer and how God kind of helped him battle that. He was 14 years ago. He was given 8 months to live. So if you haven't heard that story, definitely go check that one out. He's got a phenomenal story, and check out his book, Fisherman's Apprentice. It's absolutely, it's great. But yeah, I think for me, there's a family up in Wisconsin, the Dillon family, that I think now, I don't want to get their hopes up or anything. I might be able to fish one day this year. So, for me to beat those guys in Texas and Florida that are fishing all 3 days, it's gonna take some divine intervention. But Russell has been on the podcast before whenever he was 12, and he's 14 now, but he's got an inoperable brain tumor, and so they are constantly going to the doctor and constantly having medical bills and all that good stuff. So that would be where, if I ended up somehow in the top 6, that's where that would go. Yeah, Jaxton, what kind of charities have you seen the money go to, whenever, for those who have placed?
Yeah, I mean, there's been cancer charities like American Cancer Society. Heroes on the Water was a big one. And, I mean, there's been charities for, you know, heart, you know, health issues. Also, a lot of people will actually donate to, like, a family, like you were just talking about. You know, like, don't think about someone that's really struggling or not doing so well, and you know that money there to have. That's what it's meant to be raised for.
That is awesome. So, yeah, I wanted to go over, just kind of give everybody an idea here. Let's see. I'm not super great at the screen sharing here, but so this is if you're watching on YouTube, this is the Tourney-X link here. So it's $20 for the tournament, and big thanks to Dwayne Wally for cutting that Tourney-X fee in half for you. But it's got, you know, all the rules here, how the payouts work, all that good stuff. So, was there anything up here, Jaxton, that you wanted to kind of go over with listeners while you've got attention?
Yeah, I mean, nothing really specific. I've had a lot of people, you know, ask if they have to fish the tournament if they sign up. And no, I mean, my grandparents sign up. A lot of my family sign up. My friends sign up, and they don't even fish. All the money goes to a good cause, and the more the better.
Absolutely. What's your goal this year in terms of sign up?
Yeah, so I really, to be honest, with everything that's been going on, it was even kind of difficult for me to get the tournament up and running. That's why it's so late here. But I'd really like to get over 200 people signed up, so we have a chance at raising $4,000 for charity. I believe that can happen. It's happened in the past. It's about getting the word out. On my part, promoting as well. And I mean, I think really, really happened.
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Jaxton, I also wanted to ask a little bit about your season. So, I know it hasn't gone quite like you wanted it to, but you've had a chance to do some fishing, at least here lately. How has that gone?
Yeah, so it's been a weird year. So in February, I started. It was the first Hobie event on Toledo Bay. I traveling really wasn't super healthy for me. What I had going on, my health issues, and it happen each time I travel. So I've really taken a break from on the road, but that break is coming to here in the next couple weeks. Going to Pickwick, fish MLF event there as a boater. But as far as fishing goes, I've been fishing all the time. Just sit down for 8-9 hours at a time, unfortunately. But I'm praying that next year I'll be able to fish all the Hobie events. Hopefully fish some DFLs next year too on the bass boat side of things. So.
Absolutely. And this break, what has it taught you? What's been the silver lining in this break that you've had this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's really allowed me to, focus on becoming a better person. Focus on out with my family more. That was something that in the past, I took my family for granted. It really got, building better relationships with my friends. It also has got me looking at the future, everything that I want to do. I've got to be healthy in order to do that and get ready, get tackle situated. In the process of wrapping things and buying a new boat, so just kind of a lot of things going on.
Yeah, that's a ton of stuff, and I'm sorry to hear about your health issues, but that's something that people are going to face, and especially as you keep getting older, you got to find different ways, just deal with different things, and it only, like you said, it makes you a stronger person, and it makes you appreciate the things that you get to do and the and the life that we have. The Toledo Bend, I mean, I fished that, and first day was not good, and the second day was not good either for me. So, but it was fun. It's a pretty good drive from North Carolina. I think it was 15 hours. But hopefully you can get back to those, because there's plenty of opportunity, and I know the college team at are you at Carson Newman? Is that right? Yeah, and I know you guys are always right up there at the top, and what you're doing for that. So, can you shine some light on your team there at Carson Newman?
So our team last year, we were ranked 5th which was very engaging. Everyone's super close on it. Hunter Sales is a great coach. We also have a kayak now, which is super awesome, and great our coach for that. And we're fishing the Hobie BOS Collegiate Series. We got the college to go on Hartwell coming up in 4 or 5 weeks, I believe. So that's a good one. But I really see the whole collegiate kayak thing growing over the years. I've already heard about more national trails coming out next year. It's just awesome that Carson supports kayak fishing, also supports, fishing out of a bass boat. And I'm very blessed to be at the school and be under those two coaches.
Yeah, that was a good move on Hobie BOS's part to go ahead and get that rolling, and for Steve Owens that we had on a few weeks ago, for him to head that up and to get that stuff going with the Hobie BOS College Series, and as this thing grows and gets bigger, and hopefully that grows. I don't know how the logistics of even a high school kayak deal works out, because the high school boat side, you can have your drivers are driving the boat, and then the anglers are just fishing, but I would love to see how to figure that out to even get high schoolers into that. I don't know if you would have to have a guardian in a different kayak or boat or something, but I would love to see it grow to like the boat side, where the high school, I think on Kentucky Lake, they had something like 300 high school boats out there last year for their championship. It'd be awesome to see that, and just to keep a feeder system going to the college series up into, the Hobie BOS or, whatever series kind of takes the lead on that. Yeah,
Ron Champion actually in Georgia. He's working, or he is the president of the Georgia high school kayak series.
Oh, cool!
He's really making it grow, and I really think he's reflecting on other organizations and creating high school teams, and obviously for college coaches, out those.
Yeah, I didn't know he was doing that. So that's something maybe, to look into. Anybody listening for other states, check out what Ron Champion's doing down there, and, maybe it'll inspire some other people to get some of that going as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Jaxton, I wanted to ask, how has going off to college affected your faith?
Yeah, so for me, I tried to stay true to myself. I go to a Christian college, and there's chapel every Tuesday, so it really allows me to spend that hour from 9:30 to 10:30 to just, me and chapel and praising the Lord. Fishing really has, like, being on the lakes and stuff by myself, and now that I have a boat, just going out by myself, it's really allowed me to keep my faith and really see His glory. And I've just wanting to grow stronger in my faith every day, and been setting goals of reading daily Bible verses and chapters of the Bible.
That's awesome. I forgot you had gone to a Christian college. That having chapel there does open up a lot of space that you probably wouldn't have elsewhere. So that's awesome.
Yeah, grateful for that, because that hour, it's super refreshing, because like for me, I need something like that during the week. Everything's going on. There's a lot of stuff that can stress you out, you can get mad about at college, and it's good to have that time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, whether you're going to a Christian college or not, there's still those things pulling at you, and there's there's other, there's just stuff pulling at you all the time. So, having that influence of having that hour, and I'm sure you're surrounded by some good people as well. But yeah, that's awesome. I think that's what you need a set time to kind of do that and get in the Word, and to give college students that set time is definitely a good thing.
Absolutely. And what are you studying this year?
So my major is business and marketing. So
Okay.
I can always hopefully work in the fishing industry. Not, I'm unable to go farther. So.
Absolutely. I know now who to hit up for my lack of marketing expertise. So.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have any problem in anything in business and marketing. No matter what you do, you're going to use those two skills, whether it's fishing, if you get into the business world, those are two things that I wish I had took more classes in college. That's definitely something I've learned along the way, but also definitely something I look back on and say, man, if I knew then what I know now, that's exactly what I would be taking is business and marketing. So I don't think you're going to have any problems. If you're a fishing career or working in the fishing industry, you seem like you're pretty well put together, and you've got a plan, and you're a hard worker, and you're taking the initiative to do things, and I think you're going to be just fine.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Jaxton, we are going to put you back in the hot seat, man. We've got a whole new set of what's your favorite questions. So we are going to, like I said, we're going to put you in the hot seat. We're going to get to those questions right after this. Savior Outdoors gives me confidence that no matter what happens, what I take on the water is coming back home with me. With retrieval devices for fishing rods, bow fishing bows, action cams, and even one that can be attached to your other gear, they've got your whole arsenal covered. When one of these devices goes in the drink, it releases a float attached to your gear by 60 feet of line so you can get it back, and the pressure-sensitive filter means that you don't have to worry about rain or dips in the water while landing a fish. At SaviorOutdoors.com, that's SAVUR Outdoors.com, you can use promo code FNFP15 to save 15% and try them for yourself. Robert, you want to get us started off, man?
Oh, yeah. So some new favorite questions. We got favorite character from the Bible. Who would that be?
Favorite character from the Bible? I'd probably have to go with Peter.
You have to say that one more time. Is it cut out right when you were talking?
I'd probably have to go with Luke, honestly. Luke.
Oh, Luke. Okay. Yeah, that's a great one for sure.
What about your favorite translation of the Bible?
Like, as far as like NIV goes,
Right, like NIV, KJV,
NIV.
King James, or New Living, or whatever.
Yeah, he said NIV. I agree with that. Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I've become the most, or I like the most now too. I think it's kind of relates to the way people talk today more than some of the others.
That's the one I have the most Bible verses memorized in, but I think my favorite is the New Living Translation. It's just a little more conversational and little more thought for thought rather than word for word. But
right,
that's my goal. My goal is to memorize more Bible verses, and really, when I memorize them, put them in my life and read more of the Bible. That's really my goal, like as a Christian, to improve my faith in that side of things. Well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what about your favorite book of the Bible?
Book of the Bible. I honestly, I don't know.
Well, I'll throw mine in there because these are all new questions too, and me and Cam haven't answered these either, or at least I haven't. But I like the Revelations. I mean, I like everything that happens in that, and it's just kind of the picture is painted so vividly that's probably my favorite. That's my favorite book.
That's interesting. I would not have guessed that one. Yeah, mine's Philippians. I love Philippians. It's got such it packs a punch for a little book. But
Colossians, I like that one.
That is a good one.
All right. What is your favorite time of day to fish?
Favorite time of day right now would probably be in the evening, just because there's a lot of bait fish this time of year that are surfacing, schooling up, and on Douglas and Cherokee right now, kind of where I'm at. Those big bass really like to get in there and explode on them, and it's super fun to walk a shower blow through there, or spook or something.
Yeah, so evening, because it cut out, but I could see what you said, and I agree with that. I think the evening is great in the fall as well, and that's so that Harris, they're schooling up a lot and busting a whole lot in the evenings as well. Your favorite lure color?
Lure color? I'd probably just say green pumpkin, honestly.
Yeah.
Any plastic, I'll throw. I mean, if it's clean, if it's dirty water, maybe a little different story. But
right.
I'll always have something green pumpkin tied on. I mean, it's the most natural color in my opinion, and I mean, fish love it. So
yeah, I agree with that. You got white, black, and green pumpkin. That's the only three colors you need.
I like a good like a Okeechobee crawl. That way, if I can use it counts as my green pumpkin and my black and blue.
And my tackle box says otherwise, but really white, black, and green pumpkin are all you need.
Absolutely. All right. What is as a college student, this one is probably going to hit home really well. What is your favorite pizza topping?
It's a weird one, but pineapple. That's my favorite topping.
Paul Roberts is rolling over right now.
Yeah. That's my favorite too. I'm with you there.
All right, the last of the new my favorite questions is favorite TV show of all time.
Favorite TV show. I grew up. I mean, I guess I didn't grow up. It was 5 years ago, I guess. Watching. It's called Flash, like the superhero show. I watched that, and then a weird one. My mom got me hooked on it, but Grey's Anatomy.
Oh yeah. My daughter's actually watching that right now. She had it on, and I was like, "Oh, we watched that whole thing." But it's been me and my wife watched all that, so that is two good shows.
My wife doesn't miss an episode.
I don't watch it anymore, but the first 5 or 6 seasons are pretty solid, and then after that it goes downhill just a little bit. But
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. When I did watch TV shows, that was one of my favorites. Same with Flash.
Yeah, I don't watch as much TV as I used to, for sure.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to start wrapping things up. Jackson, I wanted to give you a chance to shout out sponsors and supporters, anyone you want to say thank you to, whether it be the sponsors that back you personally or sponsors that back the tournament, or both. Whoever you want to shout out and say thank you to, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, first off, I want to thank you guys for having me on and supporting this charity. and apologize for probably my weak signal.
It's all good.
And I also want to say thank you to everyone watching this, supporting my charity tournament, whether if you sign up or not. Sharing helps the cause tremendously. And sponsors behind that right now, we have 50 sponsors, over $2,000 worth of prizes that will be out to the top 6, and I'm working on a big bass prize right now for each day of the tournament. So hopefully that will work out. And then, my family, my friends, sponsors, my coaches, very thankful for all of them. I was just the man upstairs for guiding me, being there when I needed, allowing me to do what I love. So super grateful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely. And, after the tournament, what's coming up next?
As far as next charity tournaments?
As far as for Jaxton Orr.
Actually, during my tournament, I'll be fishing the K.A.T.C.H on Hartwell. I forgot about that, like the college T.A.T.C.H. So hopefully I can find some fish to the cause, but it's going to be a fun time. And then after Hartwell, I've got another college kayak tournament on Dale Hollow, so that'll be a fun one in December.
Yeah, Dale Hollow in December. It's going to be, you'll be good on that. The smallmouth get cranked up, so that's where I went to school at Tennessee Tech in Cookeville, so not far from there at all.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. It'd be a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know Carson Newman's right up there, Knoxville area, so it's Knoxville. It's UT Alabama week, and this is going to come out the Tuesday after that, so hopefully I'm not eating my words, but it's going to be a good game, and it's going to be 3 points, I think, either way. But it's time for those boys to get a win against Alabama. So hopefully we're celebrating that this weekend.
Absolutely. And Jaxton, where can listeners and viewers follow you and find you on social media, keep up with you?
Yeah, my Instagram is just Jaxton Orr Fishing. I'm more active on my Facebook account, which is Jaxton Orr, where I think my Jaxton Orr Fishing is on there. But that's where I like to keep people updated about everything. I'll be posting details about my charity tournament on both socials.
Awesome. Well, Jaxton, man, thank you so much for coming on the show. And wish you all the best. And I am hoping to pull out some sort of miracle on the one day I might get to fish and put up some big numbers for the tournament.
Well, good luck and thank you for supporting the cause.
Heck yeah. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no, thank you.
With 30 years of experience of handcrafting lures under his belt, Mr. B of Mr. B Lure Company is making high-quality spinnerbaits, buzzbaits, jigs, underspins, swim blades, and more right here in the U.S. All of his skirts are hand-tied, and all of his baits feature a baked-on powder paint, all metal components, and only Owner and Gamakatsu hooks. All of his baits come in a variety of colors, and if you purchase a bait in the Battle Shad color, 30% of the proceeds go to the Wounded Warrior Project. To see the quality for yourself, go to MrBLureCompany.com, that's MRBLureCompany.com, to place your order and use promo code FAITHNFISHN, POD 1X10 at checkout to save 10% on your first order. Get Outdoors Pedal and Paddle in Greensboro, North Carolina offers a wide range of products and services designed to help protect the environment and enhance the time people spend enjoying the outdoors. With an expansive year-round inventory of kayaks, SUPs, bikes, kayak fishing accessories, paddling clothing, biking accessories, and more, Get Outdoors has established itself as one of the top paddle sports and biking shops in the Southeast. They also offer a wide range of kayak safety and technique courses to get you comfortable in your new boat. They'll even get it rigged up for you. Stop by the shop in Greensboro, North Carolina, or check them out at shopgetoutdoors.com. Another big thank you to Jaxton for coming on the show and getting the word out about that tournament. I'll leave all of his links in the show notes. The All Things Faith and Fishing link will be in there as well. And I'm just gonna say we're gonna be we're gonna be reminding you the next couple weeks about this tournament, and we're excited about it. It's going to be a good one. Even if you can't fish the tournament, or even if you can only fish one day, make sure that you sign up because, like he said, the members of the fishing community that end up in that top 6, they're going to be choosing a charity to send that money to. So it's going to be worth it no matter whether you're fishing it or not. It's going to be going to a good cause, and so make sure that, and like he said, even if you can't fish it, or even if you don't want to sign up for it, share it, get the word out, take that link and post it up on social media for a bunch of other people to see. Maybe you've got somebody in your friend group that does like to fish, and they would not have seen this otherwise. So make sure that you do that. But yeah, man, Robert, thoughts and
yeah. So like Cam said, even if you're tied up that weekend or whatever, guess what? It's $20. I've wasted a lot of Andrew Jacksons on things that are, way less important than not only
pineapple pizza.
Yeah. I mean, not only supporting, whatever charity that ends up getting just a little bit of extra money, but to me, to support something positive in the fishing community and to try to support a young angler who is out there doing things that are showing kayak angling, collegiate boat anglers. I mean, this reflects on a lot of different places for this young man, and a lot of different, the way people see anglers, which as of late, there's been a lot of media attention on fishing tournaments, and it's all for the wrong reasons. So Absolutely. This is something that should be shared more than the negative. Is get this out there. That look what this young guy's doing. He's out there getting after it. He's making things happen, helping people, and having fun in the process. And I don't know if it's in the pre-show you were talking about. After this thing's over with, having some of the winners on and letting them talk about where the money's going. And I think that's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. Giving guys who, or giving anglers who have placed in that top 6, just a chance to come on and say, hey, this is the charity, or this is the family, or whoever that I'm supporting right now. I'm excited to see all the different reaches that this tournament has.
Yeah, and in November there's still some probably some club tournaments going on, or if your club tournaments have ended, this is another way to get another little tournament in there. I know last year it was in the October time frame. We had a couple of tournaments that were going on at the same time, and I kind of double dipped in those and signed up for the Jackson's charity tournament last year. So, get out there, catch a few fish, Even if you can't support it, it's $20. You'll see us sharing it on the Faith and Fishing page. I'm going to share it on my page, and let's get the word out.
Absolutely. Well, that is well said, and that's how we're going to end this episode. It was a good one, and we look forward to having another one next week. Y'all take care, and God bless.
Thank you for listening to the Faith and Fishing podcast. Faith and Fishing is produced and hosted by me, Cam Steele, and is sponsored by Jade's Jigs, Get Outdoors Pedal and Paddle, Save Your Outdoors, Atollas, and Mr. B Lure Company. Be sure to give us a rating and a review, and to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. That's going to do it for this episode. Y'all take care, and God bless.